Today I'm going to show how to install illuminated door sills in an 11th generation Honda Civic. The parts I'm installing today are genuine Honda accessories. These parts can be purchased at your local dealer or from online retailers. Before you open the package, you'll notice a large disclaimer stating no instructions are provided for this product, which is why I'm making this video. I hope it helps make your install quick and painless. The package comes with all the parts needed for the installation. I found I didn't need to use all the parts included. I began by installing the two rear door sills, as these do not require any wiring. Clean the bottom of the door with one of the included alcohol wipes. Then you'll want to use some blue painter's tape to mark the area you want the sill to sit into. This will help ensure both sides are set in the same spot. I ended up measuring 1 3/4 from the line of the interior door trim to the beginning of the door sill. I repeated the same measurement for the passenger side. Now that I had the area where I wanted each sill to sit, I turned the sills over, removed the tape backing, and installed the sills. Make sure to press firmly over the entire area of each door sill. Finally, remove the protective cover over each metal area of the sill and blue painter's tape from the body of the car. This completes the installation of the rear door sills. Now onto the front door sills. The front door sills require a bit more work since they are lighted. I began on the driver's side, since this is the side that will plug into the factory wiring for power. Remove the interior door trim cover. You can do this by simply using your hand and pulling up on the piece. If you have trouble, you can use a plastic trim tool to help pry the piece up. With that piece out of the way, pull up on the rubber door seal. You'll need to remove a small section of the rubber seal. Next, you need to remove the dash section located to the lower left side of the steering wheel. Again, this piece can be removed by simply using your hand or plastic trim tool if needed. Once the piece has been pulled away from the dash, you'll need to unhook two wiring harness plugs. After the plugs have been disconnected, the dash piece can be removed from the car. With the dash piece removed, you now have access to the car's fuses and additional wiring harnesses. You'll notice two large white wiring harnesses that are being used. Look past those two plugs to find a third harness with nothing plugged into it. This is the plug that you will use to plug the door sill's wiring harness into. Plug the door sill wiring harness into the unused plug. At this point, I plugged in the door sill just to verify that the sill's lighting was working properly. After I verified the light was working properly, I unplugged the sill and started running the wiring harness over to the passenger side. I used a wire fish line to attach the wiring harness wire to and help run the wire through the middle section of the dash. To hide these wires, you'll want to remove the bottom section of the dash underneath the glove box. This trim piece can be pulled down, then out from the dash. There are no screws holding the piece in place. You do not need to remove the glove box. After the wire has been ran to the passenger side, go ahead and begin zip tying the wire into place. There are green sections of tape to indicate where to zip tie the wire. I did not zip tie every section of the wiring as I felt that it was unnecessary. When you go back to the driver's side, go ahead and plug in the harness and zip tie the fuse using the clear zip tie included in the kit to the wiring harness. You'll notice I ran the wire around the lower section of the steering wheel. I found this held the wire in place without the need for multiple zip ties. Now that the main wiring harness has been ran and set into place, we can move on to installing the front door sills. Just like we did for the rear door sills, we need to measure where we want the door sills to sit in place. I measured 1 inch from each break in the interior door trim. After I had my measurements and my tape was in place, I installed a piece of the included aluminum tape over the area where the door sill wiring would run into the car. This will help the wiring not to get pinched or cut. Clean the bottom of the door with one of the alcohol wipes included with the kit and peel the tape backing off the bottom of the door sill. Lay the door sill in place and press firmly going over the entire door sill. The door sill wiring will run over the aluminum tape section and up the side of the kick panel into the main wiring harness. Reinstall the rubber door seal. This will hold the wire in place. Move over to the passenger side and perform the same steps. Once completed, you can reinstall the interior door sill pieces, the lower section under the glove box, and finally the lower dash piece under the steering wheel. This will complete the installation process. These door sills will add a nice splash of lighted color to the interior of your car as you step into it at night. Overall, this is a fairly easy install, and I feel the pieces complement the car really nice without being too much. As a side note, I found I had several extra pieces left inside the kit, mainly zip ties. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content.